What's up, everybody? Chase Haynes here, and today we're going to be talking about Booleans, and specifically in Python. That being said, let's get into it. Okay, great. So first, we're going to go into GitHub. I already have a repository set up, and I'm going to be keeping this one open for a bunch of videos coming out. So we're going to go to repositories. We're going to do Python variables. I'm going to rename this, but for now, we're going to go in here. Open this up with GitHub Desktop. Now we're all set. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new file. We're going to call this one booleans.py. Great. Now we're going to talk about what Booleans are. So now let's talk about what a Boolean is. So we're going to comment this, right? Remember that was shift $. What is a Boolean? A Boolean represents one of two values, true and false, right? So a Boolean represents one of two values, true or false. So now that we have the definition of what a Boolean is, right, let's run this into some practice situations so we understand this more in a technical sense. So I'm going to do a simple print. And this is where we dive into Booleans. So we're going to do a simple one. We're going to say 10. So let's make it 6 is less than 9, right? So when we print this, we should get true. There we have it, right? If we do another one and we switch it up and we say 1000 is less than, let's make it greater than 9024. What should we get? False, right? Now it prints out the two, first one being true, and now the second one being false. And now a third one is, let's say, print 2 equals 2. What should it be? True. There we go. 6 is less than 9. True. 1000 is greater than 9024. Is false. And then the last one, we have 2 is equal to 2, which is true. So now with this being said, we're going to do a conditional statement, right? There's multiple conditional statements and we're going to get more into those, right? But for now, we're just going to do a simple if-else statement. And like I said, if you don't know what that is, don't get too overwhelmed. We're going to be going over this, right? So we can bring all these down. If anything, let's delete them. Okay, so we're going to set some variables, right? Remember variables from my previous video? We're going to do simple ones. We're going to say x is equal to 500 and y is equal to 250, right? And here now we're going to put our conditional statement and we're going to say if x is greater than y, semicolon, we're going to shift down. Now then we're going to say print brackets, and we're going to put it in a string, right? So a string is a singular double quote. And let's put this in so it's reading properly. And let's say this is true. Great job. And then we're going to go down and we'll say else, semicolon, print, this is wrong. Bad job. All right, now we're going to run this. Let's comment these out for now. A super quick way I learned how to comment multiple lines out is what we're going to hit is command / This is on Mac. And there we go. All 3 lines commented out. This took me like a whole semester to figure out. So there we are. We're going to run this. And there we are. Look, this is true. Great job, right? Because X is greater than Y, right? We're going to go back to our variables, right? We've stored that the 500 as integers inside of our X variable. And simply put, 500 is greater than 250, right? Very simple. Let's mix it up, right? Let's change our Y variable to 501, right? 1 above. We're going to run this. This is wrong. Bad job. Run it again. There we go. Right? Because X is not greater than Y, because 500 is not greater than 501. Next, what we're going to talk about is bools, right? So if we have our values, right now we have X equals to 500, Y equals to 501, right? So let's make some new ones. So some new variables, let's add A is equal to 50, B is equal to 10. So for this, for a bool, so what the bool function allows you to do, it allows you to evaluate any value and then give the true or false as the return, right? So what do I mean by that? So I've pre-written some values already. We have A equals 50, B equals 10, right? So from here, right, we are going to type print, right? And we've set no conditional, right? So technically we could comment this out. It doesn't really matter also because it pertains to this. But just for understanding and clarity, right, we're going to comment this out, command /. Now we're working with this, right? We're going to say print bool. We have brackets, bool, more brackets, and then we're going to put the variable inside of it. So we're going to put A, right? Now we're going to run it. And there we are. True, right? Because we said A equals 50. So the bool of that is true. Same thing. Print bool bracket B. Run it. There we go. True, true. The more things we could break down within bools, right? For returning true values is, first off, let's comment these out, right? Remember, command /, command /. And from here, we don't need to put print, right? What we're going to just put bool. And then let's do a string, right? Remember what a string is? Double quotes or single quotes with your phrase. Say, hello worlds. We're going to copy that. Command C, line down, Command V to paste. And then we're going to switch this out as integers to 9,834. Line down, paste. And let's do a list for this. Don't get too overwhelmed with what a list is. But for now, just follow along. I'm going to put brackets, square brackets. And then from here, we're going to put double quotes. And let's do a list of, let's say a list of cool animals. Do cats, comma, dogs, comma, dolphins, comma, and lastly, chipmunk. There we go. So we have all the bools, right? So now we're just going to run it. Let's clear this up. Of course, then on here, it's not going to print it out, but what we can do we'll wrap the print around everything. There we go. And now once we run it, right, it's all giving true values on the return. So now how can we return values to be false, right? So we can go down here. We're going to type out print bool. And then from here, we're going to show things that will be false, right? So we could start with false initially. We could do, I'm going to copy and paste this. Remember, Command C, type down, Command V, Command V, Command V, Command V. What we're going to do is we're going to change this then to, let's say, none. Change this to 0. Change this to empty. Change this to empty as well. And then additionally, we can also do an empty string. And then we can do empty brackets. There we go, right? Okay, great. So we have all of this line of code that's going to be giving us false values. For this none, I've already changed it, but make sure this is a capital N. And then from here, we're going to simply run it. And there we go. We have all false, right? Print bool, false, false, none, false, 0, false, empty, 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 false, 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 and so on. Now with this all being said, let's apply this to more of a technical function and more like real life application. So we're going to say define function. We're going to return x. And now we're going to do our conditional statement, right? So we're going to say if the function, the parameter x, semicolon, and we are going to print true. Else print false, right? And first off, we have to define what x is. So we're going to say x is equal to, say 5 is less than 4, right? So this is supposed to be a false return value. I'm going to run this. There we go. False. We switch it up and we say that, let's say 5 is greater than 4. Let's up that to 10, right? We run it and there we go. It brings it to true. And like I said, you can change this x to, anything else you want. You can actually name the variable. So, I don't know. Bananas. No point in really doing this, right? But this variable can be adjusted to whatever words you need. With this all being said, if you liked what you saw, hit that thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much and have a great day.